commentaries pertaining to Austin Drummond and what was revealed during court court proceeding. Scary information. I put the title up that he planned the murders from the information revealed from court about the car rental. And you'll see what I mean here in a second. Thank you for joining me. Live number 2, everybody. It was said in commentary, an article I read today, that the Nissan Rogue rented by Miss Michelle Ovalis, 22 years of age, an acquaintance of Mr. Drummond, was rented the day before, and he picked up that automobile the next morning. They have him on CCTV footage camera going in the direction of the crime scene. A park ranger actually saw that vehicle at the crime scene, designated area where the homicide to a bikini bottom. And it is believed that this bikini bottom is where evidence was disposed of. Okay? A victim's phone and Mr. Drummond's phone. They have him leaving the crime scene at 7:25 a.m. They've got phone pings, phone conversations, I guess messages between Mr. Drummond and the victims. He was on a 3-way call after 7:25 a.m. with Mr. Thomas Tanaka Brown. They all were talking back and forth with one another. At this bikini bottom, Wilson, one of the victims, his driver's license was found day 1. Okay? And then the next day, I believe that's when they found the vehicle in the ravine. Phones pinging at the Clarion Hotel and naturally, he wouldn't want a cranky baby. So all this is bizarre as well. Carrying this kid around after you've murdered the parents, the grandmother, the uncle, you're taking this baby with you to a hotel. I just assumed he murdered the people. Then he dropped the baby off in that yard. We now know, no. One of the accessories picked him up, carried him to the Clarion with the kid, left him there. Then I guess doubled back, took him on, dropped the baby off, and then took him on where he needed to go. So what I'd like to know is, why didn't he live with his parents? Why didn't he live with Miss Caitlin Speed, the baby mother? And why didn't he have his own place if he was selling drugs for a living? Can you tell us that, Mr. Drummond? Why you didn't have your own apartment, considering you were driving a nice Audi automobile? Why did you pay rent in an apartment? I'm sure that area is not that expensive. You're living in a rural community down there, Tennessee, lower part of Tennessee, middle Tennessee. I'm up east. I'm curious about that. Why were you living in a Clarion? That would be very expensive. Even at a prorated amount, it would probably be, what, under $360, $400 a week to pay for a hotel? Just saying. They also have information of all this running around with this baby and here and there and going to the crime scene back and forth. Cleaning style brushes. So what were you using those brushes for, Mr. Drummond? To clean what exactly? Back at the crime scene in Miss Courtney's car, notice some brownish colors. Caitlin, were you afraid that you'd be evicted? I'm just asking golf questions. The black Charger found at the scene belonged to the 15-year-old boy child. I think that's very interesting, a 15-year-old boy driving a black Charger. I don't know the year, but that's what was mentioned in the article I read. We also learned the Traverse in her car. Austin, how did you know this area? It's off the beaten path, as described in commentary court. You laid 2 bodies over here, the mother and the son. They were together, from my understanding. And then across the road was the boyfriend and the girlfriend under a camouflage tarp or burlap. The daughter was shot in the head. Boy child shot in the back of the head. Wilson, the boyfriend, was shot multiple times all over his body, as if you were sending a message to the boyfriend. Were you sending a message to Mr. Wilson? What did these people do to you? Because as I had stated in my live earlier, shot that person and then said, uh-oh, I've got eyewitnesses, I gotta kill them too. As not for them to go back and say I did, to get to the location by 7 a.m. And then they're all in different cars. So I'm wondering, did these people not speak to one another to say, hey, Austin called me to come out at such and such place. Did he call you? Da-da-da-da-da. See, I'm wondering about all that. The fact that you got Michelle Ovalis to rent the car shows me this was a pre-planned attack, a hit, ×4. Would you agree, Mr. Drummond? This was a deliberate hit on 4 family members. I do believe this is possibly drug related. I do believe perhaps one of these people owed you money. Maybe you gave them some work, they messed it up. They were digging in it, maybe they were getting high. Will we find out that these people have drugs in their system? Autopsies? Because that's something I haven't heard about the autopsies. What chemical agents were in the bodies of these victims? Because you have to ask yourself the obvious. It can't be but too many options to why these people are deceased. This is drug related, somebody owes money, somebody messed up some work, messed up some dope, somebody snitching, somebody told something, somebody called a charge, they implicated Austin as the runner, the supplier. See where I'm going with this? Or some type of jealousy, hanky-panky going on with Mr. Drummond and maybe one of the females, considering the sister of Courtney is his baby mama and she's carrying his baby. There's a current restraining order by the judge for he and she not to be able to speak and talk. So Mr. Drummond, enlighten us on why we have 4 dead bodies. Drug related, owed money, somebody snitched. One of these people in the circle snitched. They all snitched. One of them caught a charge. They went to me. All bizarre to me. You were running around for hours after 7 a.m. You were a busy bee for hours, running up and down the highway, going here, there, there, there. They've got your phone with a victim's phone. Then we have to ask which victim it was. Whose phone you chose. Was it Courtney's boyfriend, the girlfriend, the son? Why would you take their phone? Help me understand. What was in that phone that was so important that you needed to carry it around with you to your parents' house and also to Miss Caitlin's house? Because that's where the phone its last location. So, Caitlin, let me talk to you first. What do you know about these murders, ma'am? Okay? Hello. Hi, how are you? Thank you, aloha. Enlighten us on why we're here with 4 dead people. I'm just curious because this is a sad, sad story. And you know, everyone has their own ideology about homicide. Who deserves to live? Who deserves to die? Well, if you did something wrong out here, everything's about your perception. Does a person deserve to be murdered because they wronged someone, stole something from someone, snitched on someone? Everyone's entitled to his or her opinion, but it's very scary if indeed these people lost their lives because somebody snitched, somebody stole some work, somebody dug their hand in the pot, getting high, because that's what this is looking like to me. And I've been around all types of people. So I'm speaking from being around all types of people. This looks like a hit to me. Shooting a child in the back of the head, 15 years old. shooting Mr. Wilson so many times. He didn't shoot the other victims several times. 11, that young man. Why? It was as if Austin was sending a message to the victim, to the world. Yes, this is handiwork. Yes, I did this. Although he's denying it, as he would. But we're not here by accident. And naturally, what he did was very heinous. But something was going on with these young people and Austin. And he caught a charge in June, which was drug related, running from the law. So you have to use deduction why we're here today. You're running from the law in June. You're allegedly trying that are related to your baby mama, girlfriend, or whatever she is to you. I have to use common sense to say this is possibly drug related. And it's even more disturbing if all these people were dealing drugs, using whatever, stole something from him, snitched on him, and this was the cost for playing this dirty game with Mr. Drummond. And I won't doubt, thank you, Nick the Hat, thank you. I won't doubt about something illegal, snitched on some other guy, he's going to have a hard time incarcerated, as I told you all earlier. Him saving the kid won't matter. Because some of you believe, well, Queen, he did save the child. He didn't kill the child. Maybe he did it, because he knew eventually he was going to get caught. Wanted it to look good when he got arrested. Inmates, saying, oh, yeah, you killed 4, but you saved the kid. Well, I don't think they're going to care if he's known as a snitch. See, everything's about interpretation. He's going to be liked by some. He's going to be not liked by others. He's probably more altercations. And you also have to remember that he's facing criminal charges for attempted murder in one of those penal systems. And this stupid state I live in thinks it's okay to give a bond basically to an inmate. I don't even understand how this bond business works here in Tennessee. But somebody needs to change the law. Because when he caught the charge, his butt should have been right back in a county damn jail. Not walking free. To walk out here, get wrapped up, cocaine, fentanyl, meth game, whatever he was in, heroin, to then kill these people. That's why we're here today. After hearing conversations from the agents in court, drug charge in June, all the things he was still doing while incarcerated, he was in the dope game. He had no plans of stopping. He would have continued had he not caught that charge, June, he was going to keep doing what he had been doing. He had stopped. And these people somehow, they were involved with Drummond. It's something. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But my intuition tells me this is about drugs, because that was the life he was living. He was peddling drugs. And then you have to think about people who hang with people who peddle drugs. They are either good friends, family, they use, or they sell. or they do a little bit of both. And the one thing I've heard recently from private conversations that don't have anything to do with this case, but I'm going to throw a little bit of tea to you. There are people who consider themselves dope dealers, but they're digging in the sack. And I think you know that you can't dig in the sack and sell the work because it's not going to work. The high will weigh greater. This is why a lot of dealers become their own best client, because they have a habit. I don't know if Drummond had a habit. I don't know if he was high leading up to asking that girl to rent the car, if he was geeked up, trying to show his manhood. I'm going to show them. I got to handle them. Whatever the hell was going on. But something was going down with these people and Mr. Drummond. And a lot of people do sample the work, if you did not know that. A lot of them feel like they can maintain. Hey, I can sell it and, smoke a little bit, toot a little bit. I'm good. Not necessarily. Because you're already playing with the enemy by hustling, number one. Number two, you're the enemy because people want what you have. Your nice car, your home, the dope. And they don't want you to succeed. And then the dope itself, well, you know the rest. It's its own enemy. It can stay fine in the field until man decides to put his little dirty hands in there and start gathering it up and mixing it up, putting it out here on the street. Man is the orchestrator. Like with any vice, alcohol, cigarettes, it's all the same. I don't think he's going to own up to this, Mr. Drummond, that he murdered these people. Although the phones, GPS, all that's lining up. Those pings are lining up. But he's going to do like probably what the Harrells have been doing. Baby Manuel's parents. Oh, we know y'all been looking at the cameras and y'all didn't see nobody knock my wife out, steal a baby. Yeah, that baby's been dead a while, but we're going to keep on lying. And that's what I think Mr. Drummond is going to do. He's going to ride this down all the way to the very end. No matter what the phone pings say, conversations, text messages, car rental, who testifies, yeah, I rented that car, yeah, I gave him the car, yeah, I gave him the keys, yeah, it was for him. And it shows you this girl, she's not dealing with a full deck at 22. You're going to sit here and rent a car for somebody. They take it to go on the run or do whatever the hell they're doing. What did you tell the car rental people about the car, Michelle? What did you say? Oh, I don't know what happened. I had it parked outside a Big Five. Somebody broke in my car, stole my rental. Now, besides you being incarcerated, you're now liable for a whole damn car that doesn't belong to you. And you're not bright because you're fooling with a bunch of hood rats. Yeah, I said that. Hanging with a bunch of hood rats that have gotten you tangled up and messing with your bank card and all that for a damn rental involved in homicide times 4. Not a good look, Cookie. But as I said earlier in my live, we all do stupid things. To be liked, to be accepted, to be wanted, to look important. And to some people, this life is important. Being in the dope game is important. Selling it, pushing it, storing it, cooking it up. Hey, that's a good look. But see, what people don't seem to understand, there's going to be an end game when it comes to selling drugs, using drugs. You're either going to go to prison. You're either going to be in an altercation, get hurt, shot, stabbed. You're probably going to die from complications from using drugs. or you're going to end up incarcerated. Those are your options. And even to this day, people who have been incarcerated for selling drugs go right back to the street to do the same thing. He was arrested young for a robbery, only got a few dollars. He gets out, he's in the dope game because there's a lot of money in the dope game because we've got all types of drugs out here. Meth, heroin, this ice, crack, cocaine. There's so many you can't keep up. Fentanyl. Then they got some other new drug. I can't remember the damn name of it. So you've got people who are willing to go all out to get it, and by all means necessary. And he knew that. Austin knew that. That's why he participated. But what I'm wanting to know, how do these 4 victims fit into his lifestyle or past lifestyle? Were they also in the game, but they got caught up? Oh, that's okay. Anything he gives is fine. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I just appreciate you all tuning in. That's my commentary, everybody, because I'm not going to hold you all long on 25 minutes in. Austin planned this. Once I got information about the car rental, the car was rented the day before. That means he was plotting to kill these people and had to have known he was going to follow through. Because as I said, when the story first broke, I thought, God, they got this information wrong. These people had to be murdered in a house. No way they went out and met nowhere. And then now they're telling us 7 a.m. You ain't putting no kid on the school bus. You ain't walking no kid to the school bus stop 7 a.m. You ain't cooking eggs and bacon for children 7 a.m. You ain't getting ready to go to a job 7 a.m. So what else could you be doing at 7 a.m. out in the middle of anywhere? Because they were up to no good. You think about that. As I said, I don't know these people. It's not to shame them, because a lot of people are in the dope game. They get caught up and sometimes they lose their lives. And possibly this is why these people are not alive. Could be. As I said, I could be wrong. But you have to use common sense. Why would all these different individuals go meet Austin Drummond in the middle of nowhere, rural America, at 7 a.m. in the morning? Each driving their own vehicle. The mother in her Traverse and the son in his Charger. They could have easily gotten the same car, because I'm assuming the 15-year-old will be living with his mother. If he wasn't living with her, then where was he living? Stay woke. See, you have to listen to the information. Because as I always say, if you want to get to the truth of a story, you start at the beginning. He's a child. He's a minor. Why is he driving his car in the middle of nowhere to meet a grown-ass 29-year-old man? Why is the mother driving her car in the middle of nowhere to meet a 29-year-old man that dated or was dating her sister? How do we have 4 people out there in the middle of nowhere, shot in the head, back of the head, body shot up, Mr. Wilson, 2 under one tarp, 2 under another? Make it make sense? A baby taken up and down the highway for hours to a Clarion hotel with a killer, and then dropped off at a stranger's yard. Make it make sense? If it's not drug related, then what was the motive? Somebody said something? Somebody told something? It's something. And it was something really, really bad. And they possibly never saw it coming. And that's the scary part of this story, is that these people drove to their own deaths in the AM. And I was wondering, what were they thinking on their drive to meet Mr. Drummond? Oh, we can go take care of a little business, wow, wow, wow. And then when they got there, that they sensed danger. I've been hoodwinked. I've been bamboozled. He has set me up to kill me, and I don't have no way out. Yes, fettuccine it is awful. This is why I said earlier, you have to be careful about the company you keep, the people you hang around, the people you allow in your home, going to their home, getting in their cars, getting into your car. The thing I said about giving people rides, you need to be very careful about that. You need to be careful about borrowing other people's cars. Because I can tell you, I live here and tell you, and won't pulled over. You could be going over the speed limit. You could have a tail light out, anything. And all of a sudden, the car's pulled over. All of a sudden, they're looking at this person over here in the passenger seat, the officer. Okay, I need everybody to step out. You're looking like, okay, what's this all about? I thought this was about a tail light. I thought you told me I was speeding. And then here comes another car, and he's got a little four-legged creature with him, sniffing out your car. And you're like, what is this all about? I don't know. I just getting a bad feeling about you all. And then poof, voila, your passenger pockets are full of dope. Happens every day. So if you know your friends, associates hustle, you let them know. You're getting in this car, you better not have no dope on you. Not even a joint, a blunt, nothing. And I'm not about to get my car seized and catch no charge because you dropped something, put something under the seat, put something on the side of the seat, because people will do that. And it's your car, you got to explain it. It happens every day. This is why many people tell you, I don't hang with people that get high, sell drugs, do it. I don't want them in my car. We can speak, we can say hello, but I don't want them in my car. I want them in my damn house. And you also have to remember, people talk. People will say, oh yeah, they hang together, they're friends. And the first thing people will think, you either getting high or you sell, and you may not be in the game at all. Birds of a feather. Because people judge you according to the company you keep. It's just the way it is. And sadly, a lot of people have gotten hurt because they're related to people who hustle. They're related to people who use drugs. And you should know eventually trouble's going to come down that road. And God forbid you're in the company with these people. Somebody's looking for somebody. They're banging on your door. They're chasing your car down the highway. They're waiting on you at your job. See, you don't ever know how it's going to end. Somebody might want to kidnap you for ransom. I've heard it all. And that's the real world. And a lot of people don't think bad things can happen to them. And I got a feeling this story here, those 4 people probably didn't think something bad would happen to them. Thank you, Wicked Stitches. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for the super stickers. Thank you. You don't know people. What did somebody say about Austin Drummond? That they didn't see this coming. They didn't expect this from him. He was a nice person to their family. Well, can you say that now about Austin Drummond? How nice is Austin Drummond now? How friendly is Austin Drummond now? What do you have good to say about Austin Drummond now? You can't say anything. Because you didn't know him. And as I said to you all earlier in my live, most people are 1 second away from becoming a true crime story, a YouTube video, a Netflix movie, an oxygen documentary. All you have to do is be in the wrong place at the wrong time, fool with the wrong company, and you can become a tragic story. So don't think that you're exempt from being harmed. It can happen to you as well. Will the judge lift the restraining order so that Austin Drummond can talk to his baby mother? As it was said in court, he can relay any messages through his family and they can relay them to her. But as for now, he does not want the two talking to each other because she will possibly be a witness in the upcoming trial. Will she testify? Will she tell the truth? Will she turn on him? Is she involved in these murders? And if she's involved, why? Did Caitlin Speed order the hits on her family? What is her role? And let me say something else to you all. 5 people, hello Jess, have been arrested in conjunction to Austin Drummond. 5 African-American people, which I found very interesting. No white people were arrested. Did he not have any other white friends, associates? He's gang related, vice lord, blah, blah, blah. Did they know that Austin Drummond was going to kill these people? Did Austin Drummond tell one of these people that he was going to murder this family? Was his intent to murder all 4? What was the motive? But because what's going to be really sick is if somebody else knew. Because what did I tell you earlier? Sadly, we do have people who involve others in their crimes, and they do have guilty knowledge beforehand, not after the fact. And he's gang related. I got a sick sensation. Somebody out of that 5 knew he was going to murder that family or someone in that family, because he took them to the scene. They went there to get him. You know they had to have known why they were out there in the middle of nowhere. What did I tell you earlier? Ring, 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 ring. Yeah, hey, I need you to come pick me up in such and such street. All right, I'm on my way. Nobody questioned anything? Hello, Eva. Nobody questioned why they were going out in the middle of nowhere to pick up Austin Drummond? Michelle, you didn't ask why he needed a rental, but he's driving an Audi? Come on, checkmate. I'm woke. Are you woke? What you need a rental for? Did she even ask? Why your homeboy need a rental? Don't ask no questions. Just do it. What if you find out there was more than one person out there with Austin Drummond? Let me tell you a little something. I'm assuming Austin joined the Vice Lord gang inside of prison. Not much of a test inside except for shanking somebody. You get my drift? But on the outside would be his true test. Could it be he had to unalive somebody to prove his loyalty to the Vice Lord gang. Just a theory. Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments below this video. Follow me on the Newsbreak app. And if you'd like to donate to this great network, $BigAngie 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome during the live stream. I don't know what happened with these people and why they're unalived, but it appears planned by Austin Drummond. I got a feeling that somebody else knew that he was going to murder these people. And we will see later during trial if somebody tells us that they knew about the murders and they didn't do a damn thing, and that they were actually there when he killed these people, because they were surely eager to come help after the fact. Thank you all for your time. God bless you. Prayers to the family and justice for them, because they deserve the justice. And I will say this to anybody, young and old. If you are currently using narcotics, please check yourself into rehab, go to church, do something, save yourself, because it's not a life that you want. It's a slow burn. And if you are selling drugs, you know it's also a slow burn. And it's only a matter of time that one of your clients is going to get caught and they're going to rat you out. They're going to give up your name, and then you will be getting indicted, and the rest is history. Or somebody's going to pump one in you. It's not a life that you want. It's a slow burn. Go ask those people in the cemetery. If they could speak, they'll tell you. I wish I had gotten out of the game sooner. Don't be a statistic. It's not worth it. Life is for the living. You're so welcome. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Gio. Life is for the living. Maybe one day I'll bring you a true story of someone who is currently using narcotics. And they said they can stop at any time, she said to me recently. I don't think so, because I've been looking at you. And I know that you are slowly deteriorating, because I believe you are still using, and you have not accepted the fact that you're an addict. And so maybe this person might want to share her story with the network, how she became an addict and how she is slowly declining, facing eviction, you can't go anywhere but downhill. And I don't think she realizes that, because she's very ornery, she's very combative, and she's one of those type of people you can't help. And I can tell you, I've been doing a lot helping this person out, periodically with food, things like that, things know better, because she has money to do the right thing. And really, I don't help people who use drugs because it's not my job. But I can be nice sometimes. But it's old, and it's getting old. It is old. And it is time for her to save herself, because she is slowly sinking into the abyss. Yeah. You can believe Austin is innocent. Mother of intuitives, make sure 55, 60-inch flat screen for his prison stay. Checkmate. I'm out of here. You've been listening to the Vol XL. Thank you.